The Hardball Roundtable. Caitlin Huey-Burns, political reporter for Real Clear Politics, former New York Republican Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. She sits on the board of directors at the Independent Women's Forum, and Democratic strategist Tara Dowdell. Thanks to all of you for being here. Caitlin, let me start on this news of the phone call between Romney and Trump. Romney trashed Trump during the campaign. Romney may have almost been Secretary of State after the campaign. Now it looks like he's going to be a U.S. Senator. He's a rock star in Utah. Utah Republicans are not too crazy about Trump. What is the White House's thinking about the prospect of Romney coming to Washington?
Well, I think they anticipate that if Mitt Romney were to come to Washington, that he could be this kind of thorn in the president's side. Remember, he's been a very outspoken critic of this president. That's no secret. There is a question, though, of, whether he would really be, right? You've had people like Jeff Flake, Bob Corker, all have had scathing criticisms of this president and yet have voted for major pieces of legislation that are in line with his, like tax reform, health care, and so forth. So I'm taking this call for what it is today, because remember that famous dinner that we saw the two of them at, only for Romney to come out. But I think it serves Romney well to show when he distances himself from the president in a place like Utah and when he agrees with him.
I'm trying to figure out what Romney has in mind here, because does he want to be sort of an elder statesman, take a Senate seat, hold it for a while? Is there a part of, because, when they run, they get that, Potomac fever, they call it. Does part of him think, I go there to the Senate, maybe I, stand up to Trump on something, maybe I get some good press, and a year later, maybe it's a Republican primary, maybe it's an independent. Is there another run for the White House left?
I'm not thinking that Governor Romney is thinking about 2020. I really don't. He is the type of man who I think is compelled to public service. He won Utah by 72% of the vote in 2012 rather. So his prospects are superb that he will be the next senator. But I think he's mission driven, and I think he sees this as an opportunity to serve. I don't think he's going to go there seeking to usurp the president.
Well, and Romney's prospects, Tara, look good in Utah, but Republican prospects overall in 2018. I mean, look, they're out there at Camp David this weekend. Republicans, they think tax reform at the end of last year, they think might help them. Signs the economy is still sort of, it's moving along in a positive direction. They think maybe that could redound to their benefit at some point. As a Democrat, how are you feeling looking ahead to this year?
Obviously, Democrats are feeling very positive about 2018. Certainly, it's a measured positive reaction from Democrats. But look, Democrats are going to hammer Republicans on this tax bill, on this tax scam. That's going to be the talking point. That's going to be the continued hashtag GOP tax scam. And what Democrats have on their side around this issue is that the bill is unpopular. We're at a time when there's record amounts of wealth being held by the 1% of our country. 40% of the wealth in the country is held by the top 1%. 60 years, it hasn't been like this in 60 years. And so Democrats are going to push that message, and the message is resonating already. We see it because the bill is unpopular.
In the word, Nan, that's floating around, a lot of Democrats want to, maybe some of them are scared to say it right now, is wave. They're hoping this is a wave election in the midterm, dozens of seats, they get back the House. You ran in a wave election year, 2010. As a Republican, the anti-Obama year, you got elected 63 Republican pickups in the House.
That was amazing.
Do you feel an opposite wave, a blue wave forming right now?
I think the response to the tax bill, the tax cuts, is going to be overwhelmingly positive. I mean, there are lots of commentators who ordinarily wouldn't be disposed to support the president or the Republicans who have expressed, even to their somewhat astonishment, that actually, yes, people are going to benefit. They're going to start seeing those benefits very quickly in their paychecks. 2 million Americans have been put back to work in just 2017 under President Trump. The economy is booming. Unemployment is at a record low. I think the Democrats are dreaming if they're going to have a wave election. I just don't see it happening.
All right, well, was it 24? The magic number for Dems is 24 pickups. They'd get the House back. The Roundtable staying with us. Up next, Joe Biden responds to Trump's taunt that he has a bigger nuclear button than North Korea. You're watching Hardball.